Welcome everybody, my name is Marcus and today we're going to be talking about the movie Don't Listen, which is on Netflix. It's actually a Spanish film called Voces, or The Voices, directed by Gómez Hernández. It is in Spanish. I prefer to watch it in Spanish. That's entirely up to you. I actually prefer to watch movies in their native languages with subtitles. I feel like the actors' emotions come across more with the original voice actors, but that's a personal preference, entirely up to you. So the summary of the movie starts out with the family, Danny, Sarah, and their son Eric. They move into this house. Their plan is to really flip the house, sell it back. It looks like they're midway through it, working on it. It's quite a mess, so it looks like it's going to be a project. They have walkie-talkies throughout the entire place, so they can kind of communicate throughout the house, and that's really where the son Eric starts to hear these weird voices and starts to see these weird things, to the point where the parents actually consult with someone to see if their son's okay. And that's really where the movie escalates from, to the point where they actually have to get a paranormal investigator to really help them figure out what's going on in the house. And it has quite a few twists in it, so I really don't want to spoil anything, but it gets crazy, and it really was a surprisingly scary movie. Another thing I really liked about this movie was the angles that they shot the scenes really made it feel like you were involved in the sequences of it, but also they played with your view so that you couldn't quite see. You wanted to see, you kind of wanted to turn, you wanted to see behind them, you wanted to see what was going on. It even made you question, like, did I just see that? What is that? And I think it was really used well to build up the suspense for the movie. What I also liked about it was that, the characters acted accordingly. I feel like for the most part there weren't a lot of stupid decisions. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves for horror movies, is when the characters make really terrible decisions that force the plot. And no one's perfect, and we always like to think, oh, we would never do that, or we would never do something that stupid. But for the most part, the characters were very believable and understandable, and the plot carried the idea very well, and it didn't seem too far-fetched. It's definitely paranormal and supernatural in that sense, but it was believable. The other thing is, I really did like the actors in the movie. They did a really good job of portraying their emotions. The characters really go through a lot of craziness as far as with the paranormal activity, but then it goes into the backstory and you really understand the motivations of each character, which I really liked, including the paranormal investigator. He actually brings along his daughter to help him as well, so you really start to learn more about these characters. And I feel like with horror movies, if you don't care about the characters, you really don't care about the movie. So they did a really good job of getting you involved with their lives and understanding their motivations, their thought processes, so you really care about them a lot. So I think the biggest question is this movie scary or not? And the answer is yes. One of my favorite movies is The Conjuring. I think that was one of the scariest movies in recent memory. And this movie isn't as scary, I would say, but it definitely has a lot of moments in it that are quite scary. And the director does a really good job, just like James Wan, as far as really strapping in the audience and taking advantage of the fact that we can't go anywhere. We can't do anything about what's going to happen in the movie. So they really take advantage of that. They have these wide angle shots of things where you see things in the background, or did you see it? I don't know. You want to look a little bit further to the left or the right. You can't quite comprehend what's happening, and I think that really makes it so stressful and builds up a lot of tension in these scenes, because you can't control it. You're just a passenger for this ride, and it even begins to make you question, did you see that? Did I see that? I'm not gonna lie, I was holding my girlfriend's hand a little bit tighter, because it does get quite stressful. The director really builds a lot of tension with this film and does a great job of that. There are jump scares in it as well. I feel like they didn't overuse it. One thing I don't like about scary movies is when they just throw jump scares at you just to kind of shock you. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It wasn't perfect by any means, and I still feel like The Conjuring and Insidious are probably two of my favorite scary movies, but this one was up there and I was very pleasantly surprised. I think they could have done a little bit better execution of the overall story. I think the ending is crazy. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It does get crazy, but I did have some questions after, so it seemed a little bit confusing in that sense. But overall, I really enjoyed this movie and I would definitely recommend it. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did like it, please give me a like and subscribe. Hopefully it gets you to watch the movie. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it when you do watch it. Just comment below. Please comment below with any ideas of future movies you want me to review. That wraps up the video. Thank you guys. Have a great day.